So you've decided to come to Florida and buy a condo? Fantastic. But wait, just because it looks like a condo, is it? Or could it be a co-op? That's what we'll discuss right after this. Welcome back. I'm Calvin McDaniel, your local realtor here in the Fort Lauderdale and surrounding area. As I mentioned earlier, just because it looks like a condo, is it? Surprisingly, Broward County is home to the majority of co-ops in the entire state of Florida, so it's important for you to know what you're about to purchase. If you're finding this content worthwhile, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more great videos. I must confess, I didn't know much about condos or co-ops when I moved to Florida either. I'm from West Virginia, and there aren't many co-ops or condos there, so it's been a learning curve for me too. By the end of this video, I promise you will have an excellent understanding of both, allowing you to make a good investment decision. Alright, let's differentiate between condos and co-ops. When you buy a condo in Florida, you own the individual unit and an undivided interest in the common areas like the swimming pool, parking garage, tennis courts, clubhouse, etc. Usually condos are recognized by high-rise buildings. However, there are instances where it could be a row of townhouses. And because you own the individual unit, you hold a deed to the property, just like a house. With that, you are responsible for paying property taxes on the unit, along with any mortgage payments and monthly association fees that cover maintenance and upkeep for the complex. The monthly association fee typically includes insurance on the building, water and sewer, garbage collection, lawn care, swimming pool maintenance, pest control, and in some cases, basic cable TV. You are, however, responsible for your electric costs. Along with condo living, you have an elected board of directors that make decisions on behalf of all owners in the best interest of the complex, along with bylaws and rules and regulations to abide by. And just a little side note, if you have issues with following rules or living in close proximity to others, condo living may not be for you. Otherwise, condo living can be a great experience. Just keep in mind it takes up to 1 month for association approval when purchasing a condo. Okay, let's move on to cooperatives, or co-ops for short. The major difference between condos and co-ops is in the property ownership. You don't buy a unit in a co-op. Instead, you become a shareholder in the corporation that owns the entire complex and issued a stock certificate. Think of it as investing in a corporate stock and being assigned a place to live. That said, the co-op wants to make sure you are financially solvent and requires a thorough approval process. You may be required to pay cash for your investment in the co-op, or at a minimum, put in 20% down. Since you are investing in a corporation, you'll want to review the corporation's financials and specifically ask if there is a land lease. Why ask about a land lease? It can impact whether buying into the co-op is a good investment. See, a majority of co-ops were built on leased land, meaning the co-op pays the landowner every month for the right to have the co-op complex on that land. Once the land lease expires, the land and everything attached to it reverts back to the landowner, and you are left with nothing. Now don't freak out. I'm not saying that will happen, but you need to be aware of the remaining years on the land lease, if one exists. In most cases, land leases are renewable, but usually at a newly negotiated price, which can impact your monthly association fees. As with condos, co-ops are usually recognized by high-rise buildings. However, I have come across co-ops of single-family homes. You also have an elected board of directors that make decisions on behalf of the shareholders in the best interest of the complex, along with governing documents and rules and regulations. If you're looking for rental property, a co-op probably isn't for you. Most don't allow leasing. The monthly association fees will now include your prorated share of the property taxes since the property is owned by the corporation. Just like condos, you'd be responsible for your electric cost. Co-op living can also be a great experience. At this point, you should have a good understanding of the differences between condos and co-ops. Now, let's discuss several other items for consideration. It's important that the condo association or co-op set aside reserves for capital expenditures. Capital expenditures are things like roof replacement, heating and cooling replacement, concrete restoration, etc. Items that eventually wear out and need to be replaced. Usually, reserves are included in the monthly association fee. However, some associations vote not to collect reserves. The last thing you want is a special assessment. That happens when the association has not set aside sufficient reserves for unexpected or capital expenditures. Special assessments can be significant, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 or more, and no one likes unexpected expenses. Pets are another concern. Condos and co-ops can have no pet policies. However, federal fair housing laws and Florida laws prohibit discriminating against the need for an emotional support or service animal, and therefore cannot deny reasonable accommodations. You'll need an ESA letter from a licensed health provider. Internet documents are no longer sufficient. Finally, let's discuss market trends. What I've noticed is co-ops are generally priced lower than a comparable condo and usually on the market longer. I believe either can be a good investment based on your individual circumstances. I hope you found this information helpful as you search for your new condo or co-op. I get phone calls, texts, and emails every day from folks moving or relocating to South Florida. I absolutely love it. If you're thinking about moving anywhere in South Florida, be sure to reach out to me. Days, nights, weekends, I'm here to help.